Good Monday makers. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Today we're going to check out some awesome builds from the community, and I'm joined by or with Dave.
Hey everybody, good morning.
We got a lot of great builds. It's going to be really cool. There's some holiday builds, some duck blinds, and just all kinds of cool stuff. So let's just jump right in and check them out.
How was your weekend, Jake?
It was good.
Good?
Yeah.
Nice.
How was your weekend?
Awesome.
Do you want to tell everybody?
We got a new puppy, new family member. That's awesome. Can't wait to show everybody Charlie. So yeah, really pumped on that. So we spent some quality time with a new puppy.
Nice. I'm excited to meet him. I haven't met. Wait, it is him or he or she?
Him, yeah.
Him. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to meet him. I haven't yet.
Boy.
Nice. Okay. Well, let's check out some builds. First up, actually, Dave talked to this person, and he's got a Marquee letter business. As you can see here, basically they make marquee signs with that just like marquee style, the bulbs inside the like 3D looking letters.
Made out of metal, I believe.
Oh, really?
As we were talking over the phone. Yeah, we had a couple rush orders, but I believe they're made out of metal.
Nice. Yeah, and you can see they do signs for all kinds of different events. I guess that's somebody's probably 50th birthday, probably a birthday party, just all kinds of cool stuff. But if you look closely in there, you can see a little glimpse of conduit, and that's because they make the actual frames. There's a good picture here. Here you go. They make frames out of conduit and maker pipe to support the lighting systems, or the light, the letters and numbers. And it's super sweet. And it looks like just a simple kind of rectangular shape. And I don't even know how it's attached. Did you guys talk about that by chance, how it's attached to the frame?
No, we didn't get into the details, just that, a longer-term customer, really appreciate his business, and he's been using MakerPipe as the solution to mount his letters to a frame for quite some time now. So it's working out great for him.
Nice. Yeah, it's really cool. And, I mean, those letters look awesome. all lit up and stuff. That's a nice proposal engagement sign there. But it's just really cool that they use MakerPipe to kind of hold up the frame. And you can kind of see here on this one, looks like they have some sort of, like cinder block or, some kind of just brick there that's holding up the frame. And then they just use probably like sandbags or something to kind of weigh it down at the bottom. And maybe it just kind of leans into the signs.
The unsung hero of these marquee signs.
Yeah.
In the back, holding it all up.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else focuses on the letters. We're stoked on the way they're held up.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, remember Joey from Synergy Mill? He did something similar where he was doing for the local TEDx. He kind of held up his letters with MakerPipe. So yeah, it seems like a good solution.
Yeah, for sure. That was really cool because he used, what are those things called?
Oh, French cleats.
French cleats. Yeah, he used those kind of like screwed into the back of the letters, and then they kind of just like rested and kind of hooked on the frame. So that was another cool technique. But yeah. Really,
that is one of those ideas, that French cleat idea to hold things onto MakerPipe is one of those things where I've only seen Joey do it. Maybe, probably other people have done it, but I've only seen Joey do it, and it's such a good idea.
Yeah, for sure.
We that might be a good video idea to just highlight that thing that Joey did, because I could see all kinds of different applications for something you put on and take off of a conduit structure really quickly.
Yeah, for sure. Because, I mean, you can't really beat that in terms of, getting something secured and then being able to take it on and off really fast. Because you just kind of hook it and unhook it. I mean, maybe even like if you're doing some kind of, like cabinet kind of thing. And, we saw a method where you put the spring clips on the back of a board and kind of snap it on. But, even if you just kind of hook it on and have it sitting there, it looks like it's a cabinet or, some sort of like storage thing, and you'd be able to just take it off.
Yeah, we should definitely throw that out to the community a little bit more and see what people do with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Might spark some good ideas.
Yeah. Can you buy French cleats like that? Like already cut like that in the way that it's like
You can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I looked one time, but
they're so simple, but you can just buy them straight up.
Yeah. Nice. Well, cool.
Let's make sure we give them a shout out, though. They're in Louisiana, the sign company.
Right. Yep. It's Oh Hey Creations. Here, I'm going to put a link in the chat for you guys. It's Oh Hey Creations. Definitely check them out. They're in Louisiana. And if you need marquee letters, need some kind of cool sign, they do all kinds of stuff. So definitely check them out. I just put a link to their website in the chat.
Yeah, and they small projects, but also big stuff too. The projects that we were talking about over the phone that we were getting them parts for were some pretty big projects with some high profile clients of theirs. So it's really neat.
Yeah. Yeah. Super cool. So yeah, thanks so much for sharing that with us. I'm glad he shared the website because it was really cool. We had no idea. And he's, a long-term customer, as Dave was saying. So really awesome to see. All right. Next up is a build from Vic. And this is a turkey roost. That
turkey roost?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What the heck? What's a turkey roost?
I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, well, that's actually like a town name. I also spelled turkey wrong. A roost is where the turkey makes it. Regardless of what it looks like, hunting the roost can be your best chance of bagging a bird. Or fly down to roost each day.
I mean, I know, like, a turkey flies up into the tree to roost, to sleep. So I guess it's just for raising turkeys?
I guess. I don't know.
Don't let me interrupt go for it. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's really cool. You can see here, let's go towards the end. We can kind of see a finished picture of it here. I mean, you can see it's basically just, started with a big cube. Probably use 90-degree connectors in the corners to make that. There's a lot of bracing, 45-degree connectors. And then they have a tarp draped over the top as kind of like protection for the inside. Then they made these shelves that are, kind of tiered and almost look like stairs. Oh, they also drilled through the connectors to add an extra probably self-tapping screw or probably a bolt through maybe all the way. But you can see there's like steps. And I think there's one big one at the bottom and then one a little bit higher up. And there's also bamboo, it looks like, taped onto the conduit. So I guess to give the birds something to kind of grab onto as they're sitting and stuff.
I wonder, maybe this is some sort of hunting thing?
Could be.
Or at a farm, turkey farm. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no idea. It looks like there's some sort of feeding or feeder thing there.
Right, to attract turkeys.
Yeah.
I'm looking up hunting turkey roost and not really coming across a whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure either, but it's a cool build. And I mean, I could see this being used for other things too. It has that tarp stretched over the top and creates a nice canopy. You could throw some walls on this and, have an enclosure, have, little outdoor seating area, all kinds of cool stuff. But
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, outdoor seating area?
Yeah. If you wanted to, you got a roof and you got a wall, just remove the pipes out of the middle and you just sit inside there.
Oh, I see. It could be that kind of structure.
Right, yeah.
Okay, now I'm following you.
Yeah, the same kind of design, just, one big cube or rectangle and, just have the tarp over top. It looks like using just some rope, which is a good technique. Once you have it, fully kind of tight over the top and you just, use some rope or something to kind of pull it tight down on the sides and just keep it snug. I mean, I doubt any water is going to be able to develop up there. I think it's also angled as well. Yeah, it looks like there's a slight, pitch to it, which is good. Will help with the rain and things. But yeah, just a really great build. I like the way the shelves are done. You could, on these pipes that are going, at an angle here on the sides, you could have, the pipes connected from one of those to the other, but it looks like they're just kind of underslung from the roof. So there's T connectors that just have the verticals going down. And then this shelf here is kind of hanging from that top and maybe even braced from one side to the other as well. So, yeah, really great build. A lot of connectors, but looks like a really cool thing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Another one of those examples where it's just like, who would have thought turkey roost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Cool. So,
for sure.
Have you ever scared a turkey out of a tree, out of its roost?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
I've scared them out of the road before.
Yeah, it's kind of like on the back property on the hiking trail. You could go through there right around dusk, and they're up there, but they're still. and then you just walk through, and you'll scare them, and then just dive bomb pretty much.
Wow.
Like, because they can't fly up too well.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they get up there, right? But like they kind of just are going straight through the trees, flapping a mile a minute. It's kind of wild. You spook them for sure, though.
Huh. That's cool. Just kind of glide out of the tree.
Yeah, glide out of the tree and get away from you. And
nice. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I've never experienced that, but I knew a guy in high school who could do a turkey call like with his throat. I'm definitely not going to try it, but that was always cool. We just do it randomly in like school and stuff. But yeah, really great build, Vic. Thanks so much for posting that. Really great to see.
Please let us know. Give us some more information if you see this. I want to know how you're using it.
Yeah, for sure. Next build we've got is a sukkah from Stuart, and this is for a Jewish holiday, Jewish festival, and it's basically just an outdoor kind of seating area where they can kind of eat and celebrate the holiday and things. So this is great. We've seen a few of these over the years, and it's a really great technique for doing an outdoor kind of patio. And you can see here they've got the seating inside. I like all the decorations. It looks great. And it's just a really good technique. You can see how it's kind of like a carport style, I guess, where it's, on one side there's a pipe at the bottom, so you can mainly come in from one side. But they've basically just made, one long rectangle with one side on the back. And they've probably used 90-degree connectors in the corners. Again, see some bracing with 45s. There's also 180s in the middle here, which is always a good idea. We always recommend that you at least have, a vertical every 4 or 5 feet, and a 180 is a good way to do that because you can add that vertical pipe, and then you have the pipes that go between them, going horizontally. So that's great there. And it looks like they have maybe a thatch roof. I think, is that what that material is called?
Yeah.
Thatch?
And I only know kind of from talking with customers, because it's been a few years since, people started making these out of maker pipe, and a thatched roof is part of the requirement or the celebration. It's a Jewish holiday, and a lot of people just do it in their front lawn. And I don't know all the details for sure, but thatched roof is one of the things that everyone, makes. That I don't know how to say it, but
They do the roof.
yeah, they do the roof with a thatch. That's one of the kind of the religious things.
Nice. Yeah, and then they added some walls. It looks like they've got, some kind of plastic. We've seen a lot of this. I think it's like fiber reinforced tarp. It's really strong. Well, actually, there's another build we're going to look at soon that uses the same kind of stuff. But it's kind of, draped from the sides down and created, the walls for the enclosure. And I imagine you could just undo that and roll them up if you wanted to. But
it's like a tarp with extra reinforcements in it, right?
Yeah, like I think it's like polyethylene, like fiber or something inside of it, maybe.
Yeah, like a ripstop kind of fabric.
Yeah,
almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because tarps. Whenever tarps get ripped, whenever I would cover up my lawnmower and you try to yank it off, it would get caught, and then you just have those like tarp strings everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, that was always rough. But I think it kind of prevents that, I believe. Like I think it's a different method, but yeah, really great build, and looks awesome. And this is a great kind of build to model, even if you're not building it, for the same reason. But if you're building, just a canopy or even, a shade structure here, this is a great technique to do it. So thanks so much, Stuart, for sharing that. Oh, I didn't mention the lights drooped there as well, hanging off. That's really awesome. A lot of decorations.
Can you tell what they used as an anchor there in the bottom right corner?
I think that's a power strip for the lights behind that leg. It looks like it's just freestanding. This only needs to stay up for a few days. So a lot of times, they try to build it as temporary as possible.
Right.
I've talked to a few customers, and that was one thing they liked about doing it with maker pipe is, you just undo a few bolts and, take some pipes down, and they can store it until next year's holiday and then put it back up. So I don't know if it's anchored exactly or not, but that is an option for you if you are doing this as a more permanent thing. And you could always add flanges and drill into the concrete if you wanted to go that route, or even, do some sandbags. Take a lesson from the Marquee letters.
Right, sandbags, guy wire, something like that.
Yeah, for sure. See a lot of people secure it to their house. So that's another option too. But yeah, really great build. Super awesome. Thanks so much, Stuart, for sharing that. Looks great. All right, next build is from Charles, and this is a duck blind. And let's go to the very end here. We'll see a kind of final shot of it, then we'll break it down a little bit. Looks
nice.
Yeah, it looks really cool from the outside. And I like this one a lot. There's some interesting techniques in here.
What's that green part?
I don't know. It looks like almost like the material. It's like paper mache. You know, people do paper mache stuff.
Is it on the back of the grass?
Kind of looks like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's behind these walls here. They've also got cattle panels in there, which we'll talk about. But yeah, they've got this boat here, and then I don't know if I can see exactly how it's attached to the boats, because that's one of the most common things we always talk about with these is how do you attach the walls and things to the boat. Probably just something simple, conduit hanger straps or 2-hole straps or something like that. They've got a frame that basically goes up the sides and then connects in the back. And I like the way that they did the oh, there it is. There's conduit hanger straps. Actually, this might actually be the build. Oh, this is the duck blind that we talked about a couple months ago. It was kind of a work in progress at that stage, but I think
great.
now it's finished.
Yeah, this is an update to that.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I think I
Awesome.
remember seeing this exact one, but he didn't have the plastic and things on it. So yeah, really cool. But yeah, the conduit hanger straps are holding the frame on. But here's a really cool thing for the door, or kind of the hatch, we'll call it. Javier said, "Take care. Great to see you." Thanks, Javier, for stopping by. But yeah, they have this hatch here. We talk about that a lot. Usually we see them kind of angled on the top, and they swing open, and you can stand up.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is a bit different. It's kind of built into the walls here on the sides, and they used. I think we get a picture of it here. Yeah, there's the PVC hinges that we've talked about a few times on the channel. Those work great. They're made for PVC, but they're aluminum. And they have pre-drilled holes in them that you can attach them to conduit.
Okay. Yeah, we've seen them with doors, specifically in garden enclosures and that sort of thing, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's some there. Looks like there's 4 per door, maybe. And I think there's a video of it in action. You can see, and it just hinges really well. I like those PVC hinges. I've used them a couple of times, mostly in demonstrations, and then on one build. They work pretty well.
Right, and they're aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
They're extruded aluminum with like a piano style hinge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Made for PVC.
Yeah, made for PVC, and the fitment isn't perfect. There's like a little bit of slop in there, but when you use the self-tapping screw, you kind of alleviate that. And they're aluminum, so they're really easy. I usually just like take and squeeze it and just kind of bend it around the conduit just a little bit more, and then you add those self-tapping screws, and it works great. So that's how we did the kind of flip open hatches. Oh, I think here's another one. Yeah, you can see it hinges pretty well, really smooth. And then on top of the frame, he's got all the plastic that we see, and I see a lot of we've seen several duck blinds in the past that use this material. I don't know exactly what this material is, but it looks like some kind of like rubberized mat or something. I don't know exactly, but we see it used quite often for this kind of thing. So maybe it's well known in the community. But
is that? It looks kind of like EVA foam, possibly on a roll.
Yeah.
That's like those gym mats or like the floor mats for kids, or if you put it at home gym, that's EVA foam.
I see. Yeah, possibly. I'm not sure, but maybe. I mean, it seems like it would be a good, if it has some kind of structure to it, might be a good material for this kind of thing, just to have a strong side before you put the plastic on. But then he's got this like camo tarp over top of that, and then Dave's favorite, cattle panels. Dave likes cattle panels a lot. They're great material.
I think, anything that's big and affordable, I think I like.
Yeah.
So just these cattle panels are these welded wires that are enormous, but they really don't cost that much.
Right.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, for sure. And he secured those to the frame in a really interesting way. He looks like he's got those kind of sitting against the frame, and then he's using a washer with I don't know if that's probably just a bolt, not a self-tapping screw, but I imagine the conduit is right behind here. And so basically he's just using that washer as kind of a clamp down on the cattle panels
Okay.
to secure that to the frame,
Nice.
which is an interesting technique. Looks like it's working great. Because that's one of the things, you could zip tie it, but, you've got that already covered in plastic, so you don't want to cut a hole in the tarp just to add a zip tie or something. So this is, well, I guess you have a hole with the bolt, but, but still, it's a great method, I think, and looks like it's pretty secure.
Right. This is, yeah. And then it keeps that tarp in place. It's kind of like the technique where they do roofing, right? They've got those nails
Yeah.
with the big plastic washers, right? So if you're putting down the tar paper or something like that, you can nail it down and it won't tear.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Great technique and really cool duck blind. So thanks so much, Charles. Really great to see that update. Really, really cool duck blind. Good luck this season.
Thanks, Charles.
Next up is a build from Randy, and this is actually a rebuild. This is third year in a row Randy has built the Pacific Northwest Canopy.
Nice.
We've talked about this build a lot. We have an interview on the channel with Randy. He's been a great member of the community. And during the summer, he takes down this canopy. And then, as it gets cooler, and he lives in the Pacific Northwest. And so as you get into that fall and winter season, the rain just becomes, there's a ton of rain. So he rebuilds this every year once that rain starts. And he basically just reuses the parts, kind of like we mentioned with the sukkah. You can take it apart and then reuse it. So he's basically done that. And it's just a really great canopy. And we got a kind of different view of it this year.
Yeah, the deck is looking better than ever.
Yeah. And you can see he's got a pizza oven.
He still has his pizza oven back there, yeah?
Yeah. He mentions in the intro that he uses it for the outdoors to stay dry while enjoying the outdoors and making pizza. Yeah, we talked about some pizza in the interview with them. They enjoy making pizzas at home. I mean, who doesn't? Pizza. But great deck and great canopy. And if you haven't seen the other one, the way he attached it to the side of the house was really interesting. He basically created. So he got these boat bimini connectors and secured those to the wall on the outside, and then he flattened a piece of conduit that basically goes through another short stub of conduit, and that basically allows him to secure it and kind of add some extra pull-out strength in the connector. But then that also, the other hole on this side, the pin in the bimini connector goes through that, so just adds some extra strength, and that's kind of the attachment method that he had for securing it to the deck up high and create that pitch roof. And then down here, he's got the verticals in the front, and those are secured. We can see at the very end, those are secured underneath to the deck railing, probably with 2-hole straps or something like that. So yeah, just a great canopy, a lot of great techniques incorporated into it. And then you can see, he's got the kind of roof supports every few feet, and with a tarp on top, it looks great and keeps the rain off. Pulled tight. He's using ball bungees to secure the material. And this is that reinforced tarp as well.
Nice. Super clever way. Randy's come up with so many awesome hacks. Really great to see it, Randy. Thanks for posting an update.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that must be like V3, V4?
Yeah, he said year 3.
Year 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so really cool. Always cool to see the update, and it's a great canopy to pull some inspiration from.
Which is exciting, because a lot of times we'll get build updates from, right after somebody builds it.
Mm-hmm.
But to have something that's year 3 after that much use,
right?
Really, it makes me excited that it's done its job. So, tip your hat to Randy for a good job there.
Yeah, for sure. Super great. Always cool to see. Next up is a build from Dan, and he recently shared this through email. This is really cool. This is one of those side-by-side kind of utility vehicles, and he built a basket holder out of maker pipe. But what's really sweet about this is, he's got this kind of bull bar, bumper, I guess, it's built into it. That's where the winch is, and he had the brackets welded to it. And then he's got conduit attached to those brackets and go up. So if you imagine you take these two pipes away, you basically just have this, bumper, which is a separate thing, and then you have this other pipe. I'm not entirely sure what it's used for, but basically just to utilize this as a basket holder, or a basket rack, he just added conduit to it. And looks like the connectors fit perfectly around this top bar. And then he added this other one that's kind of bent down, and that created this holder for this basket here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, really cool.
That's creative.
Mm-hmm. Looks awesome. I'd love to know more about those brackets. I mean, you can see it's welded to the bumper, so I don't know if those just come pre-installed and they just kind of give you the option to do whatever you want with them. Maybe there's an off-the-shelf version of, a rack or something that you can attach, or maybe even,
I can't quite
guard.
see, how does the conduit attach to these brackets that you're talking about?
You can't really see. I don't have a close-up of it, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I would imagine the way it looks, that flat tab, looks like there's free space underneath the flat tab.
Uh-huh.
So maybe it's a threaded pipe insert, and there's a bolt going through the bottom of the tab there, through the tab and into the threaded pipe insert and secured.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just a guess. I think that would work pretty well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen a lot of side-by-sides with the rear rack. People do an elevator rack on the back of side-by-sides, or one of the pickup truck ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But first, front rack. That's cool.
Yeah, really cool.
Who did this?
This was by Dan.
Nice job, Dan.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks so much for sharing this with us. Really cool to see. Next up is another Dan, and this is a removable duck blind. And this is actually a YouTube video that you can check out and kind of learn how they did it. But this is for a specific boat. This is a Carolina skiff, and they made a removable duck blind. And I think Dan has actually done a duck blind in the past, another video that was more of a long-term solution that stayed attached. But this one is an actual removable one. Let's see if I can get some shots of the frame here. I like to use PVC.
These are pretty popular too. Maybe just because we're in the Carolinas, so I've heard of these. But
yeah,
I think a Carolina skiff is popular.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really interesting thing there. But you can see he's created these panels basically using conduit, and the brush and material, the fake grass is attached to the frames, and then he just brings those over and slides them in to. It looks like there's some kind of a flange on the boat.
Can you make it bigger?
Yeah, let's see if we can't. See if we can't see.
Awesome.
Here.
That helps. Thanks.
Yeah. Let's see. See if we can get that resolution up a little bit. Maybe not.
No, you broke it.
Yep. Way to go, Jake.
You had a good thing going.
I know.
And then you messed it up.
Darn it. I should have just left it alone.
Yeah. Leave good enough alone.
I know.
Is the saying.
All right. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay. It's okay. Let that buffer just a little bit. Okay. Now let's see.
That's a Carolina skiff, obviously.
Yeah. Let's see if we can.
Which looks like a good all-around kind of fishing, recreation boat with that center console. That's cool.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to turn on sound here for a second, see if we can hear what he says about the PVC. I'm interested.
Using half-inch PVC T connections.
Thanks for the link.
That's going to act as the hinge for my upper panel. And that's what's going to allow that panel to fold. And you can design this to fold either inward or
That looks like it fits
outward.
pretty good.
Yeah, it does. So, okay. So, we've talked about a couple times. You need that thing, that the hatch that opens and closes.
Right.
He's achieving that by using those PVC hinges over top of the conduit. And
3/4 or half? It kind of looks like half inch.
I think you said half inch. Let's see. Go back for a second.
Right onto that half-inch.
Oh, that's
EMT.
half inch EMT.
There
This
you go.
stuff connected with those maker pipe connections is very solid. So here's the deal. I'm just using half-inch PVC T connections.
Okay. So it's half inch EMT conduit, and then it's half inch PVC over top of it.
Nice. Good to know.
That's going to
And
act as
it looks like it fits really well. I didn't see a lot of movement in there.
Right.
As far as like the slop in the actual connection, but it looks like the hinge works great.
For my upper panel.
Right, because the way those T's are made, it kind of steps down. If you just had half-inch PVC on there, it'd be loose. That's a loose fit, but because it kind of steps down in the middle on that connection, I think it matches half-inch conduit pretty good.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And then it looks like the flanges here, looks like they're just some boat flanges maybe already installed, and he's basically used PVC as kind of a flange, I guess you'd call it, to support the conduit. So whenever he brings that over, we saw that here.
This point.
Whenever he walks up and puts those in, he sets them down in there. And that's how the panels are secured. So then he's basically just created, a few different versions or a few different of those panels. And all he has to do is just walk around and pop those into those different flanges that he's made. And then he's got the hatch that opens and closes with the PVC. So that's really cool.
Wow.
Great job, Dan.
That's good. You think that's fake grass?
I think so.
Or maybe like a synthetic mesh with real grass mixed in? I don't know. It looks phenomenal.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it looks really good. And yeah, really cool. So definitely check out that video. It'll be linked down below. It's also in the community under the.
Oh, that's a picture. Zoom in again. Oh, it looks like they're in the foreground. That's the actual grass.
Oh yeah, I see.
That's great. That's
yeah,
impressive.
that is cool. Yeah, it blends in really well. Nice. Well, yeah, definitely check out that video if you want to see more details about that. If you want to recreate it, and we appreciate the shout out from Dan. That was really cool and a great video. So thanks for sharing that with us. Next up is a build from Peter, and this is a really cool swing. Have you ever seen these swings before?
Yes.
It's like a ginormous swing.
Yeah.
And like this whole center section with the two seats and this platform goes back and forth, and it's a really cool thing. And what they've done is create a roof for it.
I've got good memories with yeah. There was an ice cream place near our near our house growing up, and they had these swings. So a lot of good summer evenings getting ice cream on one of these things.
Yeah, I guess you would swing by, get some ice cream.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. And they have a swing just like that, and they've created a roof for it, and it's really cool. I guess they're going to put some material on top and basically just add some shade to it. Always a good idea. And it's just a really great roof structure that they've created here. And you can see, you want to say something, Dave?
Yeah. Is this the company that sells the swings?
I don't know.
I think this might be. I talked with a gentleman who has a company that actually manufactures these swings, and he needed a Canopy option made out of metal that he wanted, and this might be it. Or if it's not it, someone did something very similar that sold these.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know exactly, but I just know Peter sent it in through email. But it's really great thing, and I can see why this would be needed. You're out there just getting blasted by the sun, and especially swinging back and forth. So having a canopy is a nice touch and a nice addition. And the way they mounted this was really cool. You can see here they've got adjustable angles, attached at an angle, but the actual pipe between the adjustable angles is straight up and down. But they've flattened the conduit in the middle, as you can see there. So they've got normal conduit coming out of it, going down, flattened in the middle with a hole drilled through, and then normal conduit going all the way down. And that allowed them to basically have this bracket coming off of the side of the swing, that the bolt can go through that hole that they've created there and into the mount they have on the swing, which is really cool. I don't know if you've ever seen anything like that before.
Okay. I was just doing some quick research because I want to make sure that Peter gets some credit for this. Go to swingscapes.com.
Okay.
Peter is from Swingscapes, and he makes these swings. So you get some Adirondack chairs, and then a glider swing is what these are called.
Oh, nice.
And so he manufactures, and I remember our conversation, he manufactures the glider swings and needed an option to allow people to have that canopy. So this is something that you can, if you like that swing, you can actually go and buy that swing and the canopy from Peter at swingscapes.com.
Nice. Here's a picture on their website. It looks like, I don't know if that's one created out of a maker pipe or something else, but there's one with like the canopy attached to it, and it looks really nice.
Right.
Next to or in the courtyard of a convention center, which is really cool.
I think he might have been using like a different solution for some of these canopies, and this is kind of continuous improvement to look for a kit made out of maker pipe, which we always love. I'm happy to have people use maker pipe in their products. That's an exciting thing for sure, and we work with companies as much as we can to help support them, being small business ourselves.
Right. Yeah, super cool. So definitely check out that website at swingscapes.com. And looks
like they do Adirondack chairs and some other things.
Yeah, let's see. What is an Adirondack? Oh, okay. I see.
Sit by the lake chair.
Cool.
Yeah.
Those are really common in the Outer Banks.
Yeah.
See, like every house has a set of those.
Anywhere good times are had, Adirondack chairs seem to pop up.
Nice. Yeah, super cool. Well, thanks Peter for sharing that. And definitely check out Swingscapes if you're interested in getting those, or if you just want to check them out because they're pretty cool. And this roof structure is great. And I like to see the bins, in the corners. Looks like this. It might even be one long continuous piece. It's bent. Actually, no, I see a coupling in there, I think. But it looks like it goes down. They have a pitched roof. And something really cool here too is the roof is, bent here at the peak, and the T connector is attached to it just to add that main kind of rib at the very top.
In the bend?
In the bend, yeah.
And that is a question we get from time to time is like, will a connector grab onto part of a bend? And here's a good example of, it grabs on just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be a good video too to maybe mention that and try it on different bins.
Yeah.
Like what's the limit for it to stop? Somebody recently sent us an Instagram message. They're making a Millennium Falcon out of conduit and maker pipe, which would be cool. I think they've already finished one version of it. We'll probably talk about that next week's episode, but they were asking that because there's a lot of bins and the Millennium Falcon has a lot of like round shapes, so they were asking that. But yeah, it's secured there. The T connector looks like it's fit great. There's adjustable angles.
This is like a Millennium Falcon that you can sit in, right?
Right. Yeah, it's like a
cockpit of the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, it's on display. I think in a couple different places.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's traveling. We might get to see it. I think you talked about maybe bringing it by the shop. So if so, we'll make sure to get a video for you guys and everything. But yeah,
they've got down. We had the opportunity to go to that like Star Wars world down at Disney.
Oh, right.
And that place is amazing if you like Star Wars. I mean, even if you don't, it's pretty impressive because it's like the whole area is built like you're walking through, a Star Wars city. But they have a Millennium Falcon, like a full-size Millennium Falcon just sitting out there next to one of the rides. It was pretty impressive. That thing is huge.
Nice. We're getting some spam in the comments. If I can remove this person. Okay. But yeah, that's really cool. I've never been to that. What's it called? Galaxy's Edge.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a cool place. I've seen videos of it. I think they do a Star Wars celebration once a year. And they do all kinds of stuff. They go all out, so that's really awesome. But whenever we see the Maker Pipe Millennium Falcon, we'll have to definitely share it.
Yeah, that's going to be a cool one.
Yeah. But thanks again, Peter, for sending this in. Looks like a great roof. A lot of connectors, a lot of cool things showcased in it. And looks really awesome. But that's all the builds I have for you this week, and I guess we have for you. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. It's always fun to do these episodes and see what cool things that you all are doing with conduit and Maker Pipe. And we'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Have a good week.